Take it with the programming. I'm Chase Ingram.
I'm Captain America.
And along with me is Bill Grundler. Wolverine. We have a very special guest today. This is the preview to the preview of the preview show. And we're going to talk all about our new game show. If you guys rolled with us last Friday, was it the 2 Fridays ago? I don't know. I
think it was only a week ago.
Yeah, about a week ago, a little over a week ago, we did a Tia versus Laura game show where we probably could have done a better job explaining of what we were going to do before we got to what we were going to talk about. But we decided, I decided it's the men's turn. Why not?
I think it's good. I think it's
great. And it's tonight, 8:15 p.m. Central, 6:15 p.m. Pacific, and then the rest of the world can just do their time designations as they should after that. Just go into your phone, right? Just open up your phone. There's a world clock. It's a wonderful app feature. Time is an abstract concept, Chase. Yes, you're right, Corey. Yeah, you're right. But I decided, hey, let's do one for the men. But I couldn't quite think of something to do. And then I had this idea and put it together. But then I talked to our buddy Barclay, who's always in the chats, Spaceballs. Damn it. I read Spaceballs. You put a question on the teleprompter. Damn it.
Say classy San Diego.
Yeah. And Bill's pulling all these comments up right now. So I'm just like reading things. I have this thing, like if it comes up, I read it. Spaceballs. I'll do that. I'll do that when I drive. I'll just read a billboard randomly. My wife's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I don't know. I've got a weird thing." But I did want to introduce a man who is going to be a big part of making this show cooler than it really should be, who volunteered his time. Now, Barclay, welcome to the show. Barclay Dale, who, by the way, was a huge help during the semifinal podcast coverage we did last year at the West, as well as Wex, who's in the chat now, Brian Friend helping there. Everybody chipped in big time to get that off the ground, but Barclay was a part of that group. But Barclay, I don't know how familiar you are with new guests on the show.
I'm pretty familiar.
But I'm
ready.
Are you ready? Okay.
I'm ready.
I made a soundbite for you, and if everybody could just take a moment and listen to this.
Where are they? I think they're talking about us. No way.
I don't know why it's a nerd reference, but
I'll take what I can get.
Yeah. So welcome to the show. Now, we had this idea. So I'll go through the concept of what we're trying to do, and then I'll let you expand on what you did to make the show better. But the show is going to be called The 5 Horsemen. And oddly enough, I got asked this question last night during the Savan podcast of tiers of competitive people, competitive athletes in the space. And I had mentioned 3, like top tier right off the bat. I put Roman, Ricky, Jeff, right? And then I was like, right under them right now, as it stands in the last year, I put Justin and Pat, which I think Pat often gets overlooked. Well, Pat often gets overlooked. But if you look at his resume, there is very few people other than, I would say, Matt and Rich that have a resume like Pat does, in season, out of season. The dude is just a baller, an absolute baller. And we're like, hey, let's do a 5 Horsemen show. So we're going to take Roman, Ricky, Jeff, Justin, and Pat, and we're going to make a show that is going to pit all these guys against each other. So here's how it's going to go. This will be tonight. The game show, for the record, everybody close your leaderboards, right? Close the leaderboards. No more looking, no more peeking. The guys in the show tonight, it's going to be Bill, Tyler Watkins, John Young, and our friend from down under, Jeremy Austin, will actually be joining the show as one of the contestants this evening.
Just a bunch of cunts hanging out is what it's going to be.
Hey, they just got it off.
Cunts going to hang out.
Got it off the table. I wonder if I should do that.
Dude, you need to find that. That's got to be a soundbite.
Oh, dude, I'm so uncomfortable with that word.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter with him because it's not a bad word over there. It's fine.
It's true. It's just like pal or chief.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Chief. Yeah. I'll let you and him say it. You guys can just get back and forth this afternoon. But those will be the 4 contestants, and here's how it's going to go. For the year 2022, which was the only year all 5 competed against each other at the CrossFit Games, head to head to head to head to head. All right, that's 5. Is every event you're going to guess the order of the athletes of those 5, 1 through 5. All right. So event 1, I'm going to go Roman, Ricky, Justin, Jeff, Pat in that order, 1 through 5 as their head-to-head matchup. You get a point for getting the position right. So say you got 3 of the 5 in the right position, you get 3 points. If you miss the other 2, you miss the other 2. No points awarded. We have a bonus system that Barclay helped finesse and fine-tune. And the bonus system, unlike the Tia versus Laura where you had to randomly guess a percentage, that was what we thought mathematically impossible to do, yet Tyler Watkins managed to do it once, which I don't think anyone can I do mean mathematically impossible. Like that's winning the lottery type of a guess. It was wild, right? You're going to also guess what place they got on the leaderboard with the full field. So Bill's guess for event 1 is Roman, Ricky, Justin, Jeff. Roman got 3rd, Ricky got 7th, Justin got 10th, Jeff got 14th, and Pat got 20th. Say that's your guess. Barclay, remind me the scoring system that we have in place for the bonus points.
If you get the order correct, you get 2 bonus points. So instead of 5 out of 5, you get 7 out of 5. And then for placement, you get 2 points for a correct guess, 1 point for within one spot. So if you guess 3rd and they got 3rd, or if they got 2nd, then you would still get 1 point.
Or 4th.
Or 4th, yes. If you were outside, if your guess was outside of the correct guess by 5 spots, then you lose 1 point. And if your guess is outside of the correct guess by 10 or more spots, then you lose 2 points. So from 2 to 5 places off, you get 0 points. Worse than that, you get points deducted. And if you get all 5 places correct, then you get a bonus 5 points. God. So for every single event, there's 22 points available and 308 points available in the entire game.
Dude, that's harder. I think that's going to be harder than the percentage.
Is everybody rolling with us right now? Does everybody get it? All right.
Yeah.
Making sense. So 22 total points per event of the
gosh.
14 that were at the CrossFit Games that year are up for grabs with Barclay. Is it a total of 308 total points on the table per person?
Correct.
Whew.
Okay. Whoa.
All right.
So last time
Bill's never heard this before, so he's going to be asking all the right questions.
Yeah.
Last time we did the percentages, right?
Yes.
And whoever was in the front was leading. So if you didn't have an idea, could you go, oh yeah, I'm going to copy that answer? Or he doesn't know what he's talking about. You can kind of play the Price is Right game, or how are we doing it?
That's a great question. And we try to think of multiple ways to fast track this. And my archaic Neanderthal brain went to, hey, all contestants, get a yellow pad, a piece of paper, write them in order, and then write them their place that you got, and just hold it on the screen so I can somehow write down all the points. And then Barclay's like, hey, I'm actually intelligent, and I have some background in the old Excel sheet, and here is what he made for the show. You have a scorecard. You have a scorecard that everybody will be entering in real time, live on the show, of which you get to enter a placement. There's a drop down. You don't even have to type in people's names, Bill. There's a drop down. Drop down 1 through 5. To the right, you guess what place they got in. And everybody will be doing that, so you can see all this happening real time if you like to. But I'm probably going to put a 1-minute shot clock on every event.
That's good.
Right?
You should
1-minute shot clock and guess real time. And then there is a live leaderboard that will be updating in real time with the points. Therefore, my lizard brain does not have to attempt to do any math or heavy lifting. It was all thanks to Barclay. So not only do we have an amazing game show ready for you guys, and by the way, I said don't look at the leaderboard. It's the men from 2022. I'm telling you that now so you can just start thinking about it. Because if you go back and use the leaderboard while we're doing the show, what's the fun in that? You're just filling in the blanks with the cheat sheet.
Right.
As you do that. So event 1, we go to the scorecard. We'll pull that up. You'll put your order of guesses 1 through 5 and what place you think they got. Once everybody is done, we'll click over to the leaderboard and you will see what you did and didn't get right, as well with slides that will accompany those answers.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be cool. Plus, Barclay threw in a bunch of extra stats during the show and after the show. So each one's got a little fun fact for event 1 on how the athletes performed relative to their resume. Some of that could be like first-time performances, the number of times they've been in the top 10, things like that. So
I got a question.
Okay.
So that we don't fumble all over us. I'm talking to people that are going to be doing, like, because Jeremy's going to be coming in kind of cold. I get to see this now, which is cool.
Yes.
Would we be able to get like the first event as like a practice event so that we can all kind of see how it goes up? Or are you going to let us kind of like trip through it and then weird scores show up and we just are like, oh, okay. I just don't want John to go crazy on the first event is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't want him to lose his shit right away.
Barclay's put some fail safes in there, but
okay.
If you can dive into that a little bit more, Barclay.
Chase, you can demonstrate it.
You want me to?
Sure. Go to.
I didn't know if you wanted to do that now or if you wanted us to wait until we were actually on the show. That's why
I guess I don't want to show people what is wrong and what is not.
Well, as long as you just don't click to the leaderboard and then they won't see the points.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So stay on the guesses tab, which you are now.
All right. So let's do this just so you can, let me click over here. Let me zoom in a little bit. All right. Do you guys see that? So you'll have a drop down. And say, I'm going to go reverse order all the way down. These are going to be my picks. And then I'm going to say 5, 7, 10, 15, 21. And that's all you do.
Okay.
Very simple. Now, if you double pick Adler the whole way through just to try to get, like answering A down the Scantron when you didn't study for the history test.
Right.
You might get 1 right.
Right.
You're going to get 4 zeros and no points on the leaderboard other than that 1 you got right in that 1 spot.
And if you forget that there are only 40 athletes in the field and you try and click or try and select a place outside of 40, it'll yell at you.
Yep.
Just go, have like some weird sound.
Yep.
Some buzzing sound.
I wonder if I try to double up on somebody. Yeah, I can.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll just lose points.
Yeah, you won't get the points. And that's all you got to do.
All right.
You got to do.
I like that.
You like that?
Oh, that's going to be cool.
How cool is that, dude?
Dude, the formulas on there have got to be just stupid, Barclay.
I've dealt with worse.
Wow.
A lot worse to get to.
I was always really good at the sum of like I could do B1 plus B2 equals and your answer total or whatever is like in B3. That was about as high tech as I could get on the
plus signs are nice to have.
Yeah.
Parentheses are also pretty good to have.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the for this leaderboard. And the part of the stress too is like you'll be able to see people doing things.
Yeah.
While you're doing your own, but everybody's going to be able to watch as well. So I think it's going to be super fun as you do that. If you guys are at home, get the pen and paper out. If you're listening in the car, maybe don't get the pen and paper out, but maybe have someone that's in the car with you to keep score. But you'll be able to play this game and get points as we do this entire thing. So once we run through this is a game you'll be able to play on your own. Again, don't look at the leaderboard now. Don't look at the board dirting. It's going to ruin the game for you and ruin the fun against the field that you're playing against. However, once we're done with that, there's a few things we're going to look at when it's all said and done. Because again, with the Tia versus Laura game show, the question came down to, since we're moving to Fort Worth and it's going to an arena, that means the number of outdoor events that we're going to be doing is going to be massively limited versus previous years since 2007 at the CrossFit Games. I believe that outdoor events have been a staple of what makes the CrossFit Games a different spectacle than anything we have during the season. Open quarters, semifinals, and above. Now it's all going to be inside. Quote, 95%, we'll just throw that out there, of the events will now be inside. That does not necessarily mean the length of events will change because there still needs to be a spread, but the outdoor events, typically you've got those 20 plus, 30 plus, 40 plus events that are outside with different elements that some you won't be able to do inside, whether that's a piece of equipment, a distance, a run, something like that. So it will be a unique change. We don't know what the programming is going to be. We don't even know the potential of the arena as it stands for this moment. I know Dave and Boz are excited about it, so there's at least that on the board. But at the end, we're going to look at a few things. How they perform outside in certain time domains. On average, long, mid, short. How they perform inside in those same time domains. Long, if there is one, mid, or short. And then look at their average finish against the field, outside versus inside, and their total average finish for the weekend. Once we get all that data and have the conversation, we're going to sit back and say, based off what we've seen here, even knowing that 2023 was a different year and 2024 is going to be much different, is that how are these athletes going to stack up against each other for one, against the field for another? Who's going to make the podium and who's going to win the CrossFit Games in 2024?
Which I think is great, especially for someone like Pat, who always gets his ass just handed to him on the swim, except for this year when Rogue builds that like see-through pool on the floor indoor. Yeah. Where they're gonna have to do that, he's gonna be bummed. So you're right. I think it's gonna be a huge difference.
I think it's gonna be great. I'm very excited about it. If you guys, again, this game show will be tonight, 6:15 p.m. Pacific, 8:15 p.m. Central. Set your reminders. Get ready. Like I said, we want you guys to play alongside with us. But again, it'll be John Young, Bill Grundler, Tyler Watkins, and Jeremy Austin coming to play for the whole week or the game itself, and then we'll workshop of who we think's going to do or perform the best of these 5 going into the 2024 CrossFit Games, which I'm super pumped about. So hope you guys be able to join us tonight. We wanted to give you a little preview of what that's going to look like so you can come ready to play along with us as we do this, and obviously what Barkley has done to make this way better and way easier to facilitate, as well as just give input and other stats that we'll give you guys along the way throughout the game show per event, and then after it's all said and done with some interesting stats, which I do believe, Barkley, correct me if I'm wrong, based off the things that you were calculating and bringing up stat-wise, I think that'll actually have a big impact on how we look at these athletes moving into an arena in Fort Worth.
Oh, for sure. It all depends on what you care about. Everyone cares about different things. I mean, all the analysts in this space in the present day have different niches that we care about. Halpin's got his own. I've got my own. John Young likes to yell. We all have our own place, and it all depends about what you care about. So the things that I care about are the things that are presented, and they will influence my decision on what I think could happen at the games this year compared to someone else based on what they care about.
Yeah. So I'm super pumped. I love the extra info that you have. So we've got a lot coming to that. And, that's really what we wanted the big preview show to be, other than questions anybody has. Bill, do you have any other questions of what this can be or rules and regulations that we have?
No, I think it'll be good once everybody gets in here. I wanted to be able to at least come up with some of what I thought the questions would be before we got there. So we get to save a little bit of time, and at least you, because you're going to be, directing us and driving us.
Yes.
It's super fun. The places are going to be, that's going to be hard. I think it's going to be, I think everyone's going to be doing pretty well at the order of, but the places after that, oh man.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Here's the best part that I love is that in the Tia versus Laura, there was no penalty. Like, rarely were you going to get one right. Right. Like, 15%. No, 30. It's like, oh, well, shit. They're here now. These places they matter. Not only 2 points for nailing it, 1 point for within one place, both above or below. But now you're going to lose points if you're so far off on the guesses.
Yeah.
-1 outside 5, -2 outside 10. But then you get bonus points. It was the, did we say you get +2 or +3 if you get all 5 in the right position? Barkley.
We said +5
in the right position.
Oh,
yeah. Not on the
so you got one for, we got one. You get one for every correct placement.
One for every correct placement. 2 more if you get them all in the right place.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's 7. 2 points if you guess the right spot on the leaderboard.
Oh, hold on. Let me on that one. When you talk about the spot on the leaderboard, is that for each person or just the person that won?
For
Each person.
So you get a chance of bonus points on every single person.
Every single person.
And a chance of losing points on every single person.
On every single, like you might have negative points by the end of the game, Bill.
Right, dude. I'm a little worried about that. Like possibly off of like 3 wrong events or 3 wrong scores, and it's like you lose everything.
So just on placing alone between the 5 athletes, you get 1 point per place with 5, and then you get a bonus 2 if you get them all in the right spot. I don't think that is as hard as the other version. So you can get a potential for 7, 1 through 5. On the guessing where they landed on the leaderboard itself, it's 2 points per every place you get right. So that's a potential of 10 more points. So now we're at 17. If you get all those right too, you get plus 5. Which is a total of 22 points.
Yeah, it's a good thing you got a spreadsheet for that.
Right.
Can you imagine you like trying to do the math and like clicking on your calculator all fast? Like, Bill, hold up. Here's my yellow pad again. I got the yellow.
And don't worry, everybody. Nobody has to do the math because Barkley, well, you do at home because you're not on the spreadsheet.
Right.
But on the flip side of that is that you could get 0 points for getting anybody in the right spot. And you could get negative 10 points for guessing wildly inaccurate leaderboard guesses. So you could go, you get
negative,
gain as many as 22 points and lose as much as 10. So there's a 32-point swing per event that's going to be out there.
Man.
Which I'm super excited about. But Barkley, I'm so thankful that you put this together. I know we've been talking, Brandon is like, hey, what can we do numbers wise? And you're like, I've got an idea. And this is amazing, right? And what we were talking to Tyler Watkins, who does the Heat 1 app. But if you guys haven't done the Heat 1 app, load it on your phone now. Join the open play or bracket challenge, the head-to-head stuff that he's got in there. It's super awesome. But if we gave him enough lead time, he's like, dude, I could have put this in the app for fun.
Dude, that would have been sick.
Yeah, but then again, it's honor system. It's just for fun.
Right.
I'm expecting CrossFitters to be CrossFitters for this show, which I define a CrossFitter as someone who's like a very dedicated, disciplined, honorable human being. Not all of them are.
Yeah, I was going to say, have you not seen all the creative counters that are out there? What are you talking about?
However, I'll be the optimist for the moment, and I hope you guys come tonight. I hope you enjoy the show. If not, watch it later. Play along, see how you stack up. But John Young's been talking a lot of shit behind closed doors. I'm just going to throw it out there. He's very confident after his last win.
Yeah, well, I think I think that honestly, when you put the percentages in there, that was kind of a crapshoot. Now it's just like nerd knows numbers. He knows the plays. I remember when Jeff tripped and tied a shoe, and he had to do, and that put him in 7th place, and he was like, he's that guy. So yeah, he's gonna be tough to beat. But I'm gonna kick him in the knees, so it'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know what Jeremy's going to bring to the table. You never know.
I know, serious.
Never know. Also Australians. Before we bail, I just want to give a shout out to Mr. Andrew Hiller. If you guys haven't been to his YouTube channel today or this weekend, he just did a 48 hours with Haley Adams. We've seen a lot of interviews in the last couple of weeks with Haley. From Total Elite Fitness, there's one on Morning Chaka, but Andrew is there in person with Haley Adams for basically like a 48-hour mini doc, right? Day in the life of Haley Adams. And I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard it's amazing. I heard absolutely incredible. So if you guys haven't seen that, go watch it. And while you're over there, go watch this one over here.
That one. That's one of the best videos he's done.
Biggest hypocrite in fitness was
awesome.
Yeah. Savon described it actually pretty well this morning. It was like if you watched something get like hit by a car, but it wasn't dying quick enough for your enjoyment. This is like 41 minutes of watching something just slowly.
With the car driving back and then forward,
back over it,
and then back
over the other,
forward,
back and forward, and just like it's like that Black Knight from the Monty Python
Yeah.
With the
I'm not done. It's just a flesh wound. I've still got one arm.
Yeah, that's what it was like. It was just watching someone slowly get chopped to pieces. Well, yeah, go watch it.
Go watch him.
It's like both sides of the spectrum,
out there, dude.
Yeah, both sides of the spectrum. So I'm excited to watch the Haley one. I've already watched the Frank one. Woo! I watched it end to end. And but I hope you guys join us tonight. I'm super pumped about it. Barclay, I can't thank you enough for your work with that. I can't wait to show off what you put together for the show. And don't worry, we have game show slides and stats and events. And I improved on it a little bit from the last one, because last one I would just say the event and you had to remember it.
Right.
That was one small piece of the game show. The problem is, I didn't expect anybody else to remember it outside the 5 people playing the game. I've now added a slide that just has the event on a black screen, so you get to see it, and then it'll come up to show you who actually won. So we've got some improvements. Nice. But yeah, I'm pumped. I hope to see you guys tonight. We've all put in a Chase. You're gonna cry on the Haley one.
He would cry anyway. Chase always cries.
I do, but I don't know. I think you guys.
You're gonna cry because Haley starts to cry. You're gonna cry.
It makes me cry. Yet
you'll be like, my daughter.
Cried
everything about my daughter.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, if it's a daughter thing, I'm done. I'm done. But I'm pumped. I hope you guys join us tonight. It is 8:15 p.m. Central, 6:15. I cried. You'll cry. Damn it. All right, 6:15 p.m. Pacific. The 5 Horsemen deciding who is going to win the CrossFit Games in 2024 between Roman Krennikov, Ricky Garrard, Jeff Adler, Justin Medeiros, and Mr. Pat Vellner. We'll outro with some special music that we'll be using tonight, but we'll see you guys later.